of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sportsville. I'm your host with the most, Jersey Joe, and some people might be sick and tired of seeing my face by now. I've done about 9 segments today, a lot of time in studio today. Just got to keep on knocking out the news, and we did have another big story break this afternoon. The MLB announces rule changes to increase pace of play, and I've been such a proponent. The game needs to get faster. When we look at ratings and demographics, younger audiences aren't watching baseball. Why? The game is too slow. It is incredibly slow. There are points in the game where I watch with people who aren't necessarily big sports fans, and I just like to see their reaction to baseball because I think you're interested for that second, but the game just drags out. There's too much downtime doing nothing, and it just turns people off. Audiences today have grown up in the iPhone, iPad generation. We need everything quickly, and we've grown up getting everything quickly. So when you have a sport like this that it just drags everything out, it's so slow and methodical, it turns people off, and it's the reason soccer has grown exponentially among young people in this country. It's because there's no downtime. 45 minutes of play, 15-minute break, another 45 minutes, you go on with your day. 4 hours for a baseball game is a time investment. It really is a time investment. Now, people love to watch. I love to watch the game, but the time and the length of games has certainly taken my enjoyment away a little bit because when we're all busy. We don't have 4 hours to devote to watching a baseball game. We really don't. And I love the game, but this is the right step. Now, these rules, I'll get to them now. They basically had to deal with a pitcher when he's about to deliver the pitch and a batter when he's in the box. 2 of the things which should help cut down on time, but I don't think this is enough. I think you're going to have to make more steps to increase the speed of the game because it's interesting, too, because it's mainly with baseball. I heard Colin Cowherd this last week talk about how college football games are about 30 minutes longer than they were about 15 years ago. But the ratings for college football have never been higher. And I think it just goes to show you, though, college football is all action. There's no downtime. Baseball is way too much downtime. And I do give the new commissioner, Rob Manfred, credit because right away this seems to be a priority, which absolutely needs to be at the top of his list because you're losing the younger audiences, and you need to. The average age of the All-Star game this year was 57 years old. 57-year-olds are not the people you really need to get their attention for because they're always going to love the sport. You need to continue to capture the young demographics. Now, you're in a good position now because you have young stars like Mike Trout, like Yasiel Puig. You need those guys to really help you because those are guys who you turn on to watch. I turn on baseball games to watch Mike Trout and Yasiel Puig, transcendent stars, young guys, and you need to keep the game clean because that's the next thing too. But this is a step, and I never ever think I can ever give Commissioner Seal a lot of credit for the things he did because a lot of the steroid problems fall on him. He did clean it up, but a lot of the initial problems fall on him, and he was never progressive. I think that instituting replay took way longer than it needed to. And summing up his tenure, all you really need to do is remember a story from about a year ago, probably around November-ish, when a story came out that he doesn't even open email. He doesn't even use email. You can't be a commissioner of a sport this day and age and not embrace new ideas, new technology, new ways. I mean, look at the NFL. Why is the NFL king of the king? No one can come close to their ratings right now. What does the NFL do? Every single offseason, they're changing things. They're making tweaks. They're seeing what they could do to make things more exciting, better, a better fan experience. They're constantly doing everything they can to make the game different, interesting, try to make it even better. That's something baseball has lacked, progression. Progression is the way forward this day and age. It's something they haven't had, but it looks like now they are moving in that right direction. but I will read them finally. The first one, pitchers will be permitted to throw as many warm-up pitches as they want. There's exceptions to these rules, but I mean, basically, they'll have a certain number of warm-up pitches, and they're expected to start throwing at a certain amount of time. Batters will be encouraged to get into the batter's box within 20 seconds remaining on the timer. This is the same time that the broadcasters return for commercial. Fair. The pitcher is expected to begin his motion to deliver the pitch as soon as the batter gets into the batter's box. And that is one of the biggest things is when you're in the batter's box, no stepping out every 5 seconds to adjust your batting gloves, check your bat, make sure your feet are good. I mean, that's one of the things that I think drives people crazy is the little things like that add up and make the game so much longer. And I think, I'll read them over a little bit closer, but my main thoughts are what I said earlier. The game needs to get faster. It's really not going to continue to capture young people's attention and ratings. Just look at the ratings from the summer with the MLS in the World. The World Cup is different because it only comes around every 4 years. But the ratings were telling, and especially for the MLS around. There was an MLS game with Kansas City that beat the Yankees and the Indians on a July afternoon. Now, that's just amazing. That it's not like this is a big MLS team. Kansas City beat a Yankee-Cleveland game. That's all you need to see about where the demographics are shifting, where the ratings are going. Baseball needs to get faster. This is a start, but things need to get different, need to get more drastic. The game needs to get faster. That is going to do it for this segment. If I have time, I will get to some more basketball with this Chris Bosh situation. Very unfortunate. Just a great player, a great guy. Really ashamed to have this happen, especially after all the joy Miami fans had with Goran Dragic. Now it seems like their season really might be over if Chris Bosh is out with this injury. And that's too bad because Chris Bosh is a really good guy, and I hate to see this happen to him. But that's going to do it. We will see if I will be right back.